episode of Kappa Prime Time. In today's episode, our guest will be having a chat with us. We have this amazing actress, Chinu Chandani, and joining with her is a person who is doing a wonderful job in the sound department, Amrit Shankar. Welcoming both of you to Kappa Prime Time. Moving on to my first guest, we have Chinu Chandani. She is a very talented actress and she is a Tamasha fame. Well, one of the latest flick of her was Tamasha. She has done an amazing job in that. We'll get to know more about Chinu and the work she's been doing so far. Hi Chinu, welcome to Kappa Prime Time.
Hi, thank you.
So a long time ചെറിയൊരു ഗ്യാപ്പ് ഒക്കെ ആയി കോവിഡ് ഒക്കെ കാരണമായിരിക്കും the latest release was Tamasha. അമേസിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ജോബ് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു ചിന്നു. ഐ മസ്റ്റ് കൺഗ്രാറ്റുലേറ്റ് യു ഓൺ ദാറ്റ്. ആ ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടർ കണ്ടിട്ട് എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയത് ഇറ്റ് വാസ് നോട്ട് ആക്ടിങ്, യു ആർ ആക്ച്വലി ലിവിങ് ഇൻ ദാറ്റ് ഫിലിം. സോ തമാശ എന്നുള്ളൊരു ഫിലിമീന്നായിക്കോട്ടെ നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു ചിന്നുവിനെ കൂടുതൽ അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി. സോ ജസ്റ്റ് ടെൽ us about that movie, ചിന്നു. യു ഡിഡ് പ്രീവിയസ്, അതിന് മുന്നേ തന്നെ 2 മൂവീസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇപ്പൊ തമാശയിലേക്ക് വന്നപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും that script was pitched to you, what exactly did you feel?
How I got to Tamasha was basically through an audition.
Okay.
It was I was actually at that time working with Rahman, who was the director of Anurag Karikamellam. So at that point of time, I went ahead and one morning he was like, "What do you think? Malayalam cinema ile nayika avane kurichu endana abhiprayam?" So I thought he was making fun of me. So I didn't, അത് കാര്യമായിട്ട് എടുത്തില്ല. 2-3 ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പം he was like, "Why don't we go meet Sameerka? അവരൊരു പ്രോജക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. They are looking for somebody to play a character. Let's go audition." So അങ്ങനെ ഞാൻ ഓഡിഷന് പോയി. അന്ന് അഷ്റഫിക്ക ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. He told me the scene and I auditioned for it. So that's actually how I got through the movie. പക്ഷെ even at that point of time, I didn't really കഥയുടെ ഒരു ഔട്ട്ലൈൻ മാത്രമേ എനിക്ക് അറിയാവൂ. ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു പ്രൊഫസർ ഉണ്ട്, ഒരു ടീച്ചർ ഉണ്ട്, ഐ മീൻ ഒരു സർ ഉണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹം ഇങ്ങനെ കല്യാണ പ്രായമായി, ഇനി കല്യാണം കഴിക്കണം എന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ കണ്ടുപോകുന്ന 2-3 ഫീമെയിൽ ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സിലൂടെയാണ് മൂവി മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നതെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം. സോ അറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് ടൈം, ക്വൈറ്റ് ഓണസ്റ്റ്ലി, when they told me, see, this is your character, നമുക്ക് കുറച്ച് വണ്ണമുള്ള ഒരാളെയാണ് വേണ്ടതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സെക്കൻഡില് എന്റെ മനസ്സിൽ ഒബ്വിയസ്ലി the thought process is, okay, I know where this movie is going. നമുക്ക് വണ്ണമുള്ള ഒരാൾ ഓൺ സ്ക്രീൻ വരുമ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് എന്താണ് ആ മൂവി പറയാൻ പോകുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളൊരു പ്രീ കൺസീവ് നോഷൻ നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെ മനസ്സിലുണ്ട്, ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് വാട്ട് വി ഹവ് സീൻ സോ ഫാർ. പക്ഷെ ആ ഓഡിഷൻ ക്ലിയർ ആയി ഫിലിമിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് അന്ന് വൈകിട്ടോളം ഐ ഗോട്ട് എ കോൾ. അതിനുശേഷമാണ് ആക്ച്വലി എനിക്ക് സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് വായിക്കാൻ തരുന്നത്. അഷ്റഫിക്ക് സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് അയച്ചു തന്നു. And when I read the script, it's completely different to what I thought. ഈ മൂവിയുടെ direction എന്താണോ അതിന്റെ complete opposite directionലാണ് ആ movie started moving. So then immediately my first reaction was like, wow, this is not what I expected at all. So yeah, that was my first reaction for the movie. But when I read the script, I was all the more excited and grateful that I got to be a part of that actually.
ഓഫീസിൽ നിന്നാ. ഇന്ന് ആനുവൽ പ്രോഗ്രാമാ. അപ്പൊ അവിടെ നിന്ന് മുങ്ങിയതാ.
പ്രോഗ്രാം ആണെങ്കിൽ പോയിക്കോളൂ.
അല്ലല്ല, കുഴപ്പമില്ല. എന്നോട് എന്തെങ്കിലും ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടോ?
അങ്ങനെയൊന്നുമില്ല.
Super. I think a lot of people could relate to your character. അതിനൊരു റിയാലിറ്റി ആസ്പെക്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, people, അവരുടെ attitude, how they, ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു the society has been അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു പോയിന്റിലാണ് വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പം even though I went to the theaters and I did watch this film, there were a lot of girls especially, they were like so applauding avarku, and when I saw them, I can understand, they can relate to it so much. So Chinnu angane arengal approach did they give you any feedback as such, touching our experience endengil undarno?
Actually, right after the movie released, I started getting messages on my Instagram. I say Instagram, there have been messages on Facebook also, പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ Facebook I almost forgot how to use it. So Instagram, I check my DMs a lot. I think I'm not exaggerating, thousands of people have actually reached out to me, and most of them have a story to say. how the movie touched them, how the character touched them, how certain parts of the movie touched them. And what's fascinating is it's not just girls, boys, men, old, young, people reached out, and more than people who've been bullied at some point because of how they look or how they speak, uh, or anything about their body which is beyond their control. It's also people who used to bully people who reached out. I've had instances where people message me saying, ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ കൂട്ടുകാരെ ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞ് കളിയാക്കുമായിരുന്നു, ഞാൻ ഈ പേരില്ല വട്ടപ്പേരായിട്ടാണ് വിളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്, പക്ഷെ ഈ ഫിലിം കണ്ടതിന് ശേഷമാണ് എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലാകുന്നത് ഹൗ മച്ച് ഐ വുഡ് ബി ഹേർട്ടിങ് ദം. സോ ഞാൻ അന്ന് പണ്ട് കോളേജിൽ പഠിക്കുമ്പം കളിയാക്കിയ ആൾക്കാരെയൊക്കെ ഞാൻ വിളിച്ച് മാപ്പ് പറഞ്ഞു അവരുടെ അടുത്ത്, ഐ അപ്പോളജൈസ് ടു ദം. അതിനുശേഷമാണ് ഞാൻ ഈ മെസ്സേജ് അയക്കുന്നതെന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. So അങ്ങനെ I've received a lot, like thousands of messages, and I think I've replied to most of them also, because it's very touching, and most of these messages are very vulnerable messages. To tell a stranger that, you know, this happened in my life, this is exactly what happened in my life, and I'm dealing with it right now, and I'm like, I don't know what to say, but it's very, I mean, I'm thankful that, and I'm grateful that you thought of reaching out to me to tell your story. So the amount of lives this movie has touched, and each time, so I know when the movie is in ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു ചാനലിൽ പ്ലേ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എനിക്കറിയാം, because right then I get a new set of followers and a new batch of messages saying ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് തമാശ കണ്ടതേ ഉള്ളൂ. So even I think 2 days back it was there in one of the channels.
Yes.
Some 10 odd messages I got saying നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പോൾ film കണ്ടു തീർന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ, the movie has touched us so much എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. So it's been beautiful that way. Like even though the movie released a good year back, the waves are still, you know, the amount of lives it's touching is still amazing.
സെൽഫി
Character that complimented your character was Vinay Fourth's character. എല്ലാവർക്കും അവരുടേതായ ഒരു പേഴ്സണലി നമുക്ക് തോന്നാവുന്ന ഒരു നെഗറ്റീവ് സൈഡ്, ഇപ്പൊ എനിക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും കുറവുണ്ടെന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നാവുന്ന, പക്ഷെ വേറൊരാൾക്ക് അത് പ്ലസ് ആയിരിക്കാം. സോ അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ദിസ് ഫിലിം ഇസ് ആക്ച്വലി ട്രാവലിംഗ് ത്രൂ ദാറ്റ്. രണ്ടുപേരും രണ്ട് ഇതിൽ പോകുന്നു. സോ വാസ് ഇറ്റ് ആക്ടിംഗ് വിത്ത് വിനയ് ഫോർട്ട്? എക്സാക്ട്ലി, ഐ മീൻ ഹി ഇസ് another ഒരു നാച്ചുറൽ ആക്ടർ ആണ്.
Vinayathan is, I think, the most beautiful thing that's happened to me in like the entire journey of me as an actor. Like throughout the shoot of Tamasha, ഞാൻ ആദ്യം വിനയത്തിനെ കാണുന്നത് ലൊക്കേഷനിൽ വെച്ചാണ്. ലൊക്കേഷനിൽ കണ്ടപ്പം, യുനോ, ഈ മുടിയൊക്കെ രാവിലെ ഷേവ് ചെയ്ത് ആ ഒരു യുനോ ആ ഒരു ലുക്ക്, ശ്രീനിവാസൻ മാഷിന്റെ ലുക്ക് കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടി അതേപോലെ ഡ്രസ്സ് ചെയ്ത ഒരാൾ, പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ നടക്കുന്നത് ഏകദേശം അതേപോലെ. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ നേരിട്ട് മുമ്പ് കണ്ടിട്ടില്ലാത്തത് കൊണ്ട് ഐ തോട്ട് വെരി നൈസ്, വലിയ അഭിനയൊന്നും വേണ്ടല്ലോ, പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ തന്നെയാണിത്. സോ ഐ തോട്ട് വെരി സോഫ്റ്റ് സ്പോക്കൺ. I'm like, okay, matches, make sense. Why, like perfect casting എന്നാണ് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിൽ വിചാരിച്ചിരുന്നത്. And then the movie was going to release and we started doing all the promotions and all that. And then I met a completely different human being. I'm like, like I couldn't recognize Vinay Ford at all, because Vinayathan was a completely different person for promotions. So then I realized, shoot in the Samayat Motham, he was literally living as Srinivasan Masha. And that is why I couldn't understand that എനിക്ക് differentiate ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്തത് ഒരു പക്ഷെ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ആയിരിക്കും. And I think it shows. A lot of people have called it his career best film as well. And also the fact that even though he played, you know, his another defining role that he played as the Masha in Prema, to actually even, and both of them have the same issue, both the characters have the same issue, but to differentiate both, ശ്രീനിവാസൻ മാഷിനെ പ്രേമത്തിലെ ആ ഒരു ജാവ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന സാറുമായിട്ട് ഡിഫറൻഷിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. That itself is like a master class in acting. And also every time I was acting, he would constantly tell me, you know, ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു നോക്കൂ, കുറച്ച് സ്പീഡ് കുറയ്ക്കുക, and he'll tell me these things. There was this particular scene, അത് ഒരുപാട് പേർക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട ഒരു സീനാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഒരു കാഫേയിൽ ഇരുന്ന് കേക്ക് കഴിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്, ഒരു റെഡ് വെൽവെറ്റ് കേക്ക് കഴിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പൊ എന്റെ ക്യാരക്ടർ ഇസ് ടോക്കിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ബ്രേക്കപ്പ്. അപ്പൊ എന്റെ ക്യാരക്ടർ പറയുന്നത്, ഞാൻ കേക്ക് വന്ന് ടേബിളിൽ വെച്ചു, അപ്പോഴാണ് ബ്രേക്കപ്പിന്റെ കാര്യം പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ശ്രീനിവാസൻ മാഷ് ചോദിക്കും, എന്നിട്ട് അപ്പൊ അതിലേക്ക് എന്നിട്ട് എന്ത്, ഞാൻ ആ കേക്ക് പാർസൽ ചെയ്തു, പിന്നെ വേറെ എന്ത്, അത് ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് കഴിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ പറയും. സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് എ സീക്വൻസ് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ ഒരു 4-5 ടേക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞത്തേക്കിനും വിനയേട്ടൻ മുന്നോട്ട്, അതെ ചിന്നു പറയുന്നത് കേട്ടിട്ട് ശരിക്കും ശ്രീനിവാസൻ ചിരിക്കണം, ഞാൻ ചിരിക്കണം, അതാണ് ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടത്, പക്ഷെ എനിക്ക് ചിരി വരുന്നില്ല. അപ്പൊ ഐ വാസ് ലൈക്ക്, ഓ ഇത് ലൈക്ക് നമ്മുടെ ഉദ്ദേശം അതാണ്, കേൾക്കുന്ന ആൾ ഇത് കേട്ടിട്ട് ചിരിക്കണം. സോ like try it like this. He gave me a few suggestions. So when I was sitting in the theater watching it with my family also and everybody, Aditya show, that was one sequence where I'm like, is it gonna work? I have no idea if it's gonna work. And I was just sitting there. Scene a lot of people started laughing. So then it made sense. To actually, he was just, because to I think our timing and to make people laugh, the timing is very important. So it's very difficult for somebody who's a newcomer to get that. But thankfully, I had amazing people like Vinay Fort and Vinayatan and everybody to guide me on that.
പോസിബിളി ഈ ഒരു ഫിലിം തന്നെയാണ് തമാശ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ചിന്നു ചാന്ദിനി ആസ് ആൻ ആക്ട്രസ് ഒരു പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ, ഒരു എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു ഫെയ്ത്ത് ഉണ്ട് ദാറ്റ് ഷി ഹാസ് എ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ ടു ക്യാരി എ ഫിലിം ഓൺ ഹർ ഷോൾഡേഴ്സ്. സോ അതിനുശേഷം കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു റെക്കഗ്നിഷൻ, യു ഡിഡ് റിസീവ് അവാർഡ് ഫോർ ദ ബെസ്റ്റ് ആക്ട്രസ് ഫ്യൂ ഓഫ് ദ അവാർഡ് ഫങ്ഷൻസ് ഐ ഡിഡ് സീ. സോ ആ ഒരു റെക്കഗ്നിഷൻ, ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു റെക്കഗ്നിഷൻ കിട്ടിയത് എവിടെ നിന്നായിരിക്കും? എനി കോൾസ് ഓർ എനി മെസ്സേജ് അപ്പാർട്ട് ഫ്രം ദ ജനറൽ ഓഡിയൻസ്?
I think I got a few calls from people within Malayalam movie industry right as film release ആയി കഴിഞ്ഞ ഉടനെ റിമ ചേച്ചി വിളിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Then I got a call from Joju Sharan. I mean, he messaged me. And then one of the calls I got was from Saiju Group Sharan and his wife. Like that, I got a couple of calls for me, which was quite amazing. That they took the time and effort to like find my communication, like and communicate to me. So that felt beautiful at that point of time. And then even when Roshan sir called me, Roshan Andrew sir had called to talk about a project, he had also told me about how he thought it was a really good performance. And for me, it was literally like similar. Basil Joseph had messaged. It was almost like getting awarded multiple times when all these calls come through. And these are about people you admire and adore and who have, the expertise and experience of like over 10 years. So it's amazing.
Camera is not something like new to you, because camera ആയിട്ട് ഒത്തിരി വർഷത്തിന്റെ ഒരു റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. And also acting is also not new to you. You have a theatre background from a very young age, and you love theatre, which is reflected in your studies as well. You did an MPhil in theatre as well. ആ ഒരു growth എങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു? When exactly did you feel that acting is there and I would love to learn more on that?
So I think ever since I was a child, and when I say child, I mean like 4 years old is when I did my first play. Tanzania as a family, my dad was working there, so we were settled there. So that's when in our school, I was actively I was active in sports and arts and everything. So I used to do plays and all of that. Once we came to once we came back to Kerala, I've continued school, college. I've more than been active in extracurriculars. Acting was, it's like a hobby. Acting, sports, it's that hobby, or it's something you're passionate about and you do as a thing. And I don't think when I was 21, I thought I wanted to go to film school to learn filmmaking, because I never knew anybody in my vicinity who was actually an actor or who was into films and made a living out of it. So it was just a hobby and a passion. That's all that it was. After 2021 is when I started training in acting a little more, in theater a little more, and started being involved with people who were for whom acting was theater was their job, was professional. So that's when I'm like, okay, there's something more than that. And that's also when I was exposed to world cinema and some of the performances that even today, like I think 2 performances specifically. There was Charlize Theron in a movie called Monster, and Tom Hanks in a movie called Castaway. So I saw these 2 performances and the kind of physical mental changes both these actors were willing to undergo for their movies. And I'm like, it's not a joke, is it, to act? So that's when I started looking at acting as a more serious business, and I started seeing projects. I started actually observing how actors conduct their task. At that point of time, obviously, my parents didn't want me to go and go to a film school and chase film as dreams or whatever. So I let go of that, and then that's when I accidentally fell upon this course in Kerala University by the Center for Performing Arts. So I decided, okay, I did my bachelor's and my master's. Now let me do my MPhil, and I can use that as an excuse to continue being in theater and learn more and whatnot. And that's how I did my MPhil in film and theater at Kerala University. So our Samayatana actually got one of the plays was seen by the casting director Ajay Rahul Apucharan, who's also a script writer and is going to direct his movie as well now. He accidentally happened to see this play, and when they were casting for Anurag Karikamalam, he called up my friends and asked if I'd like to audition. Yeah, I think you were also around that time when I'd actually gone for the audition for it.
Yes.
So that's mostly how. So it wasn't until 21, 22 that I realized, because every year I wanted to be something else. I wanted to be a poet. I wanted to be a soldier. I wanted to be an IPS officer. I wanted to be a lot of things. But then it's only a lot later that I realized perhaps it's mostly because I always wanted to be an actor, and I just didn't realize it because I never knew anybody in my life who's been an actor, and I never knew that could be a profession. It could always be a hobby or a passion, but it could never be a profession, was what I thought. So I think that's mostly been the journey.
Theater ആയിരുന്നു ബേസ് എങ്കിൽ പോലും, do you find any difference when you got into movies? Like, theater play ഒരു different way ആണ്, acting is different. അനുരാഗ കരിക്കൻമേളത്തിൽ എൻട്രി കിട്ടിയപ്പോൾ പോലും did you find any major difference നമ്മുടെ നോർമൽ ഒരു തിയേറ്റർ ലൈഫിൽ നിന്നും ഫിലിമിൽ നിന്നും?
I think so. I mean, mostly acting is. I was gonna say that acting is very technical in cinema, but if you think about it, acting is technical in on stage as well, because you are not just emoting, but you're also remembering, okay, where is the light? How should I favor the light? How should I favor the mic? How should I favor the audience? And it's similar in cinema, but there is no continuity of emotion. You're breaking your emotion into parts because now your camera is at a certain angle with a certain frame, and after some time you repeat the same emotion at the same height because they're taking a close up right now, or the angle is a little different. So for me, the major difference is this breaking up of your emotions and then breaking that down even further technically to meet the requirements of shooting whatever it is at play, because you don't have an immediate, unlike theater where you have some kind of feedback from your surroundings. You don't really have an immediate feedback except the director or your co-actor or the cinematographer telling you, okay, maybe we might want to try this out a little different. So you don't have an audience reaction to realize how effective you were or not until months later it reaches the theater and things, and the cinema and all that. So for me, the difference is mostly very technical in terms of you have to, for example, you can't talk like this. You have to slow down your diction. You have to slow down your the speed of your talk a little further. You have to so there's quite a lot of things around that. For me, it's mostly that, which is I'm still learning. Like even in the last movie, Vinayat used to constantly remind me, you're bhayangara sweet la samsarikkunnu. For me, which is natural. This is how you naturally speak. But for cinema, you might have to slow down a bit, or you might walk like this, but for the camera, you have to walk a little wonky because it needs to look fine on camera. So it's just those kind of differences mostly that which is still a learning process for me.
ഇവിടെ ഒരു അത്തിമരം ഇല്ലേ, ഞാൻ അതിന് താഴെ ഉണ്ട്. അത് ഞാനാ.
ഞാനത് അങ്ങനെ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ കേട്ടോ.
കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ഇത്രയൊക്കെ പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവില്ല അല്ലേ?
അല്ല
നമുക്ക് ഇരുന്ന് സംസാരിക്കാം.
ഓ
Super. Chinnu അറിയുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം that you are a very talented person. So when it comes to your family, how did your family support you when it came to acting? Because എല്ലാവരുടെ വീട്ടിലുള്ള ഒരു ടെൻഷൻ ഇതൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോ when you got into films?
Not really, because I don't know, weirdly my parents were scared when I thought I wanted to learn filmmaking. But when I when I got a chance to act in Anurag Karikamelam, there wasn't much of a friction actually. They were just like, yeah, okay, go do what not. It's the same with the other movies I did as well. They didn't show any kind of reluctance. Even today, all three of them, my mom, my dad, and my sister, were all being very supportive. So yeah, there has been no friction at all, and they've been very supportive and proud, and in fact, they are the ones who are more, especially my sister, is the one who's more invested in how I present myself and how I look, how I take care of myself, and how I prepare and everything. So it's been supportive.
Now coming to your movies, അടുത്ത movie sign ചെയ്തേക്കുവാണ്. You started with Anuraga Karikkanvelam, even though അതൊരു notable character ആയിരുന്നു. How much has it transformed you as an actress from then till now?
I think the only difference, would be that I am a little more sure than my first movie. And I say little more because I'm not a lot more sure than I'm still learning a lot of things. It's still new to me. But each film I've done has taught me something different, whether it is acting or how to deal with people that you're working with, or with production, or everything. So one movie after the other has taught me invaluable lessons, and I think I'm a little sure as a person today than before I did my first film. And now when I'm going to do the next one, I have also the added I wouldn't say so in the beginning I would think it was a blessing, because when I went for Tamasha and Happy Hours was handing the production, Sameerika and Ashrafika and Shaijuka, and they literally treated me like a princess. Like I could not want for anything on their location. That's how well I was treated. So I'm really scared to go back to a movie set right now, because I'm sure nobody's gonna match up to that. So I'll just be like, I don't know, but otherwise I think I'm just like literally a little more sure as an actor and a little more sure as a person.
So Chinnu അറിയുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാൻ ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും, what are your hobbies? കുറേ ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും ലിസ്റ്റ്. But then during this lockdown, did you develop any new hobby or constantly old hobbies തന്നെയാണ്?
No, I've not really had a lot of time to work too much on hobbies. Once I came down, my dad was not doing well and he passed a few months back. So most of my time had been spent around that. And then I'm also working. So there's that also. And I think the one thing though I won't say was a hobby, it's something I never liked, but I got better at is cooking. So I've always I've always cooked ever since I was a child. My parents made sure, like all four of us would cook. So there was no a gender rule that you're a girl so you should cook, you're a man so you shouldn't cook. Everybody was in the kitchen, and the idea was, again, you should be self-sufficient at any given point of time. So growing up, whether I was in college or whether I was working or whatnot, when I'm home, I'd always either make breakfast or dinner, because mom would make lunch and things like that. So we'd always be cooking something or the other, because we're all contributing to the household. So but then my sister, on the other hand, she kind of is like a master chef, where she loves cooking, she loves baking. She'll just randomly on a Sunday, we'll just sit for tea and she'll come with something that she's baked and things like that. So she's amazing that way, and she makes really tasty food. My food, on the other hand, is food you eat to survive. There is no taste. There is nothing that makes you think, wow, this is amazing, I want a second serving. You just eat it because you have to survive. But during the whole pandemic thing, two things I did was, one, I started obviously looking up a lot on YouTube and then cooking food, because I was obviously bored making the same thing again and again. And immediately whatever I make over the course of months started getting tastier. And my sister and my mom started noticing it. The flip side is they want me to cook more.
Understood.
So I might not enjoy it.
ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ, so why not നീ തന്നെ കിച്ചണിൽ
നന്നായിട്ട് കുക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നു, ഇനി കുക്ക് ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രം മതി. So that's yeah, so that's one thing. And the other thing is, they say as you grow older you turn into your mothers. So for me, my mom gardens a lot. She grows vegetables. Any like വീട്ടിൽ വെക്കാൻ ഇനി ബാക്കിയൊന്നുമില്ല. So we would keep calling, like we'll be like പച്ചപ്പ് നിറഞ്ഞ്. But then the thing is, every day for food we have something from our garden, which is beautiful.
Yes.
We have enough land for it. So during the whole lockdown thing, I think I turned into my mother. I started growing vegetables and spinach and everything. So that's something else that I did differently. And yeah, so those two things. And now like it's been a long time since I did anything with sports or anything. So I've started training judo in Trivandrum with a trainer called Sanofer, who's I think the secretary of the judo group as well. So that's something I've been doing. I took up some yoga and everything. So these are some of the changes that's happened in my life since lockdown.
A very committed person. ഒത്തിരി ഫ്രണ്ട്ഷിപ്പിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനായാലും യു ഗീവ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് ടു ദം. ഇപ്പൊ ഉമ്പടി ഇവിടെ ആണെങ്കിൽ ഉമ്പടി കൊട്ടൂസ് ആകുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ ആയിരിക്കും. യു ക്യാൻ സീ യു ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് പ്ലേസസ്. സോ ഡു യു ട്രാവൽ ഓഫൻ അതോ എങ്ങനെയാണ്?
I love traveling. Yeah, I mean, I travel from my room to the kitchen and back. But no, I genuinely love traveling a lot. A lot. So even when I was working, and that's also one of the reasons I was in Delhi for the longest time. And from there, every time I'd get a small break from the academy, what I'd do is I'd get out and I'd immediately travel for a weekend and come back. So it was amazing. Like you take your bag and you just leave. But now that's something, and I think that's also something as a family all of us love. We used to make fun of my dad because every time he was on holiday, we'd be like, at one point after school we were like, ഇനി എവിടെ വേണോ കാർ എടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് പോവാ, പക്ഷെ തമിഴ്നാട് പിൻകോഡ് ഉള്ള ഒരു സ്ഥലത്തേക്കും പോകണ്ട, because we literally covered everything. So, and most of it would be like, we'll travel and then we'll go to a temple in the end of it. So we're like, okay, let's go a little far away. Let's go a little. It never happened because everybody was busy doing their own thing and we were all spread all across the place. But now that's one thing. I'm like, once Corona calms down a bit, I want to do this as a family because all of us loves it. And I think we shouldn't hold on to things that, or stop doing things that we love doing. So once COVID is a little calmed down, and then all three of us are traveling, I'm for sure, like I'm planning something to take everybody and just go. Like, everybody should travel.
Now coming back to acting, acting ചെയ്ത് at a young stage you started acting. What would be an ideal age to take this profession very serious? I mean, I know it's very stupid to ask, but
when I was 3 or 4, I thought I'd be like a superstar when I was 5 years old or 6 years old, because I'll be like looking at movies where there are kids and I'll be like, yeah, if there was another kid, or like, this is how I would do it. So in the next Mammootty movie, in the next Mohanlal movie, there'll be a kid and I'll be that kid. So I don't think there is a age where you like, very white, and she's started, like, she's being noticed as an actor in her 80s. So I don't think there is a right age where you can take it professional. You take it professional the second you think, I want to make this my profession. I mean, I'm still not in that stage. I still do movies only when a lot of things align. I call myself the December film actor because I've done my movies, most of them only in December. The shooting would be in December. So every time I get, it's weird. All the shoot has been in December. So yeah, I'm still not a professional actor. I would like to be someday, but right now, because of a lot of commitments, I just do movies that eventually work out when everything comes together. So yeah, there's no right age to be a professional actor. When you want to be one is when you be one.
Super, Chinnu. But even like you said, kabaddi vechan kittunna pole Chinnu name, even I think I tried you 2 months back, but kabaddi vechippozhanu sheriyayadu. So possibly everything will happen at the right time for you. So thank you so much, Chinnu. Othri sandosham. We are wishing you all the very best for your next movie, and looking forward for that, because we know that every movie that you would be different from the one that you always do. So all the very best for that.
Thank you. Now, പൊന്നാവട്ടെ.
Thank you so much, Chinu. Pleasure talking
Thank you
to
for
you.
your time. Same.
Thank you. Bye.